The Elder Scrolls show us what was, and what yet will be. And they have revealed much to me.
Spare us your stories, old man, unless they can sharpen spears. Our war chief is dying. Our enemies are massing for another attack. We must prepare for battle.
We should go, Kellen. We have the scroll we came for. And this one smells blood in the wind.
Patience, Nog. I have words yet to speak here. Stories can do surprising things, Spear Maiden, whether they are true or not. And this is one you should hear. It comes from the Great War that nearly ended the Empire. It began when the High Elves slaughtered every Imperial blade, calling themselves the New Aldmeri Dominion. They and their allies swept through the land, even capturing the Imperial city itself. The Emperor fled north, leaving Cyrodiil to the invaders. This is the story of a forgotten hero who changed the very course of history.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Kobe, and welcome to my review of the Elder Scrolls Legends on Android phones. It was just released today, and I'm gonna review this because I am a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series. It is one of my favorite franchises in video games ever, and this game, I just had to review it. I had to, because I've wanted to play this game for a while and had no way to actually play it, because I don't have a tablet that can run it, or a PC. And so today you're going to hear my thoughts on this game and my review, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this will be very helpful to anybody who wants to play it. And let's get down to it. So when you start up the game, after you see a beginning cutscene, you get to come here and choose your avatar, and depending on what avatar you pick, you will actually get special things. Like as a dark elf down there, as it says down there, as a dark elf you will more quickly collect cards that harness the power of the Fallen, and such like that. It's got every race in Tamriel here: High Elf, Imperial, Khajiit, all of them, Nords, everything. If you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls, you know what you're talking about. And so we're gonna move on to a couple little matches. If you don't know about the Elder Scrolls Legends, it is an online collectible card game developed by developed by Direwolf Studios and produced by Bethesda Softworks. And it's just, if you've played Hearthstone, you know exactly what you're gonna get to. But what's different about this compared to Hearthstone is basically there's two lanes and there's a couple other differences. But the basic gist of this is that you have cards, as you can see, and you battle against your opponents. And you battle against your opponents with these cards, and each card has special abilities that you can do. And in order to win, you must deplete your opponent's health down to 0 right there. And you can, with your cards, you can either attack your opponent directly, or as you can see there, I can attack monsters or cards. And you can't, as you saw there, that little blue number in the corner of your card depends on how much mana you have, or magicka in this game, and your mana is down there, the little blue circle down there in the bottom right corner. And if you have the right amount of mana, you can spend your mana to play cards, and the more mana you have, the more powerful cards you can play. And there's several different cards you can do, like cards that when you summon you deal damage or destroy, or just continuous cards that go on for the entire duel, mid-fight, whatever. And just like there, that one destroys the card, or could have dealt damage to the opponent. And there are several different cards that allows you to enhance your abilities and such. And if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls, you're going to recognize a lot of these different monsters, like the Daedric Priestesses, or Elves, or Scuttlers, And with the latest little pack thing, you'll recognize a lot from Skyrim if you haven't played the game, which I would be surprised if you hadn't, and so forth. And so I defeated this guy here in just the campaign, which it's just a basic story, honestly. I mean, the only complaint that I've got so far, basically, I mean, I'm all for adding stories into it, but you might be put off by the fact that the tutorial is long. It's like 8 missions to do to finish the tutorial, and it's nothing too interesting and such, but it's just that thing that you can have, like those people who like tutorial, who like campaigns and such as that. And each time you want to fight, you'll come close to leveling up, and when you level up, you can actually, some of your cards in your deck can actually be increased and leveled up as well, and they can be morphed into different cards. Like earlier, I got one that I could morph it into like a guard card, which has a high defense, and you can't target anything else in that lane besides that card. And until that card is destroyed, you can't target anything else. Or I could have had it do a breakthrough, which it has incredible amount of attack power. And so, other stuff like that. And also later on in this little video, you'll see in the story, actually, you get a couple little choices, which is pretty nice, which is something you don't really usually see in games like this, at least not to my knowledge. I haven't played Hearthstone, and since I hadn't played Hearthstone, my opinion of this might be a little biased, but this was a good introduction in my opinion, especially since I love the Elder Scrolls. I'm not a big fan of World of Warcraft or stuff like that, so Hearthstone never really appealed to me, but this one does. And so later on in the story, you get choices to your thing. Like, I got to choose between, I could have slaughtered a bandit, killed them, and I get like a special card that I believe destroys one card that has like, I think it was either 2 or 1 less power, or the other one, which I could have saved them for a scimitar, I remember, and it can give you like 1 attack for one of your cards. And like a horrible person, I decided to slaughter the bandit. But in Skyrim, I would have done the same thing. But anyhow, and other things that are different from this than most other games is that I never actually got any footage of it, but for every 5 points of health you lose, you actually you lose a little, you lose a little symbol thing. I forgot what they're called, but it's around your character model, and it allows you to draw a card, which is something pretty cool and could really help turn the tide in a battle. I know it helped me several times in my battles. And there's even special cards called prophecy cards that whenever you draw them with that sort of effect or other things, I'm not exactly sure how it goes, you can actually when you draw them, you can actually play them and you can use them, and they're pretty powerful, and stuff like that. And what else am I missing? As with the collectible card games, you collect cards and you can build up your different decks, and there's like different play styles you can do with stuff like that. It's really interesting. If you're a fan of Magic, of course you're gonna love this, but if you're also a fan of Hearthstone, you're definitely gonna love this, since they're very similar. In fact, actually, Hearthstone and The Elder Scrolls Legends are pretty much the same thing, but with just several key differences, like the lane system, which is something that wasn't in Hearthstone, and the little you take damage and you get to draw a card thing and such like that, and a couple other stuff. And so, yeah, I think there's a couple other stuff I'm missing, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, missing? I can't remember. But yeah, this is a pretty good game in all things considered. Especially since I've never played Hearthstone, and this was a great introduction to the game, and I had a lot of fun whenever I was playing it. And honestly, if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls, play this game. I mean, if you're also a fan of cards, This is like just card games. It's just like perfect combination here. I mean, and if you don't like this game, that's fine. Some people don't like these kind of games. I didn't think I would, but I'm also kind of a fan of other card games, so whenever I played this, it was really fun. And stuff like that. There are a couple other stuff I have to mention though, which is very annoying though. Like I said, the tutorial is long, 8 missions I remember, but also there's other modes in that you can do, like practice and such like that. But you can only unlock some of that stuff as you progress through the story. So if you don't really like doing the story, which I can understand that, I can see how that could be a little off-putting to some people. But you know, the story it's nothing special to talk about and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's basically it with everything. I mean, I've really enjoyed this game. There are a couple stuff about it that I'm not a big fan of, obviously, like the having to progress through the story to actually unlock a couple stuff. That's just it's annoying more than anything, but I can understand why people really are off put by that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's basically it for this, I believe. At least I could think about at the moment. I've never actually reviewed a game, so this is just like, you know, my sort of stuff. Like here's what I was talking about in the video of when I actually had to choose to execute a bandit or not. The Steel Scimitar or execute, yeah. And I slaughtered the poor fool. I slaughtered him for that card. But yeah, and there's the menu stuff. But honestly, yeah, you can't do versus mode, gauntlet, or solo arena yet until you progress to the story, which is, it's a bummer. But stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna bug some people out. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's my review of The Elder Scrolls Legends. If you guys liked the video, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you guys think about the game, and down in the comments section below. And I hope this was informative at all. This was my first time doing this sort of stuff, but anyway. Alright, guys, I will see you on the flip side, YouTube. See you guys.